Begin tonight with a Target 8 investigation.
A loudmouth, right there. A punk motherfucker. That's what that is.
Stunning allegations of abuse on a West Michigan farm have opened a criminal case and highlight a reality activists say migrant workers face all too often.
Racism, verbal and physical abuse complaints, they're not unusual. Attorneys say that they're often difficult, though, or impossible to prove. But this time it was caught on tape, and it was sent to Target 8 and we sent Target 8 out to the farm looking for answers.
News 8's Leon Hendricks is on the case tonight. Leon?
Brian and Emily, good evening to both of you. The Conklin area farm owner says that he has fired the man heard on tape making those vulgar remarks. A difficult termination, perhaps, since the voice there is that of the owner's son. It's quiet but cloudy at EDS Schonborn Orchard today.
A loudmouth,
But not on this day.
a punk motherfucker.
It was hot.
He is a coward,
The voice on tape, Travis Schonborn, the son of farm owners David and Valerie Schonborn. He was angry at one of the workers and let it be known in front of others.
Tell him to pack his goddamn shit and get the out of here while he still can. He is not with me or my mother at all.
What he likely didn't know was that one of the workers was recording, capturing the tirade on tape. Together with the victim's complaint, it ended up in the hands of attorney Teresa Hendricks,
It took a lot of risk.
executive director of Migrant Legal Aid.
This was some of the worst verbal abuse that we've actually captured on tape.
She engaged the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department. They took the report, and ultimately an assault and battery charge was issued. Claims that Schonborn assaulted the victim and spit on him.
Unfortunately, most of the people that abuse the farm workers know that it's not likely that they will ever be prosecuted because farm workers are not willing to put themselves at risk.
That led our team on a trip to Schonborn Orchard, the farm where the owners say they produce 120,000 bushels of apples on an average year. It wasn't long before Valerie and Travis, the suspect in this truck, showed up. They left, and Travis didn't come back. But his parents, who've dedicated their lives to this farm, decided to speak with us. Denial.
I don't see Travis. Can you prove that that's Travis?
Frustration.
Well, right now I'm trying to find out where the illegal migrants were from that came here.
Defense. That doesn't bother you.
Is all right when they call me names?
They blame the migrant worker alleged victim in this case and accuse him of threatening Valerie and being obscene. What did he do to threaten you?
He called me a name in Spanish. I'm not repeating it.
There was no outright apology. Instead,
Shut up.
this.
First of all, they weren't black. They were Mexicans. So I don't know why he called them the N-word.
I just want to give you a chance to be clear and respond.
Yeah.
You hear him referring to people as niggas.
We
That's
didn't have no nick work here that I know of. That's representative of when someone pushes someone to the point where they kind of lose control of themselves a bit.
The attorney for the victim says this treatment isn't in isolation.
This has been an increasing problem with violence on farms since 2016. It seems to be more blatant, more overt, and it's not something that's hidden as much anymore.
Among her concerns, that the charges for this behavior aren't severe enough.
It would make sense to me that for the kind of behavior shown on the video and audio that Travis Schonborn spend time behind bars. It would be the least that could bring some form of justice to our victim, and it would be a deterrent if others saw that he actually spent time behind bars.
Now, the owners say the upset all stemmed from a confrontation about how some of the migrant workers were disposing of cooking grease. David Schonborn said that Travis has been fired, but he says it's not because of the tirade. Hendricks tells us that an ethnic intimidation charge she wants to see filed in the case wasn't filed because the evidence didn't point to the victim's race being a factor in what inspired or what led to this whole tirade and the assault taking place. We do want to point out that there is another Schonborn Family Farms in Ottawa County that this situation is not connected to. We'll be following the case. We're live in the newsroom. Leon Hendricks, back to you, Emily.
All right, Leon, thank you for that investigation.